servanthood as greatness, under a different king. There is a quiet fear many of us carry, one we rarely name out loud. It is not the fear of serving, it is the fear of disappearing. We wonder what happens if we stop pushing to be noticed, stop proving our worth, stop making sure our voice is heard. We wonder whether taking the lower place means being forgotten, overlooked, or quietly diminished. Even when we love Jesus, that fear lingers. It is woven into the human condition. We are not the first to feel this way. As Jesus walked with his disciples, they argued about greatness, not once but repeatedly. Who among them mattered most? Who would be closest? Who would be remembered? And when they spoke of greatness, they were not imagining servanthood. They were imagining status, authority, and recognition. They loved Jesus. They followed him. And still, they thought the way the world taught them to think. Jesus did not shame that desire. He did not tell them that wanting greatness was wrong. Instead, he stopped them and named the world's script plainly. Rulers, he said, lord it over others. Authority is used to secure position. Power is measured by who is served. Then he said words that quietly overturned everything. But it shall not be so among you. But whoever would be great among you must be your servant, and whoever would be first among you must be slave of all. For even the Son of Man came not to be served, but to serve, and to give his life as a ransom for many. Mark 10:43-45. Jesus did not remove greatness from the kingdom. He redefined it. And this is where it helps to see the whole path Jesus was already walking. He did not begin serving only when it was gentle or symbolic. He served when it was hardest. He loved his enemies when they were actively opposing him. He turned the other cheek when he was struck, mocked, and falsely accused. He entrusted himself to the Father when every human instinct would have demanded self-defense. Servanthood was not a single moment in Jesus' life. It was the shape of his life. That matters because the fear we carry is not really about serving. It is about where this road leads. We wonder whether yielding again and again will keep us pressed down forever. Jesus answers that fear not with theory, but with his own story. On the night before his death, Jesus rose from the table. He removed his outer garment, he knelt, he poured water into a basin, and he washed the feet of his disciples. This was not symbolic, it was physical, intimate, undeniable. The one who deserved to be served above all chose to serve, not from a throne, not from a distance, but on his knees, with water and dirt and touch. Jesus did not lose authority when he served. He revealed what authority looks like under a different king, and he did not remain on his knees forever. Jesus continued serving all the way to the cross. He loved those who struck him. He did not retaliate. He entrusted his life fully to the Father, and in the end, he was not erased. He was glorified. This is the promise that steadies us. Servanthood under King Jesus is not a dead end. It is the path the King himself walked, and the kingdom knows how to raise those who trust it. Later, when Jesus speaks of judgment, he gives us a glimpse into how faithfulness is measured in his kingdom. Not by titles, not by influence, not by how visible our faith appeared, but by service that often went unnoticed, even by those who offered it. For I was hungry, and you gave me food. I was thirsty, and you gave me drink. I was a stranger, and you welcomed me. Matthew 25:35. What is striking in that scene is not only what Jesus praises, but the surprise of those who served. They did not realize they were doing something great. Their actions flowed from a heart already being shaped by the kingdom. This tells us something important. Servanthood is not a performance. It is not a role we play. It is a life we are formed into. And formation takes time. Sometimes our thinking changes first, and our actions follow. Sometimes obedience comes before clarity, and the kingdom reshapes our imagination as we walk. Sometimes we serve while still feeling unsure, trusting that the Shepherd King knows what he is doing when he asks us to take the lower place. Jesus does not demand that we feel ready. He does not require that fear be resolved before we act. He asks us to yield our allegiance and trust him with greatness itself. Under his reign, servanthood does not erase us. It frees us from the exhausting work of self-promotion. It forms us into people who no longer need to prove their worth, because their lives are already held by a faithful king. The kingdom does not ask us to bring greatness with us. It forms greatness in those who stay under the reign of Jesus. Step by step, act by act, trust by trust. As you sit with this teaching today, take a moment to reflect on where the fear of becoming unseen still presses on your heart. Where might Jesus be inviting you to trust him by serving, even when it feels risky or costly? And where might the Shepherd King be gently forming a new way of seeing what greatness truly is? If you're willing, share your reflections or questions in the comments so we can learn and walk this journey together.